Hello again. Probably remember me from the last time. Well, you're hardly going to miss me, are you? Apparently. Right, here we go again. Another chapter in the life and times of Mr. Mojo Morgan. Chapter 9. My mother passed away in 2000. Later in the year, my mother went to the hospital on Thursday, the 9th of November. She fell over in the bathroom and had a stroke. When I heard the news, my heart was hurting inside. Lost and devastated, I made arrangements to go to Coventry the following day with Christine. We went to the hospital that night with my father to see my mother, and on Saturday and Sunday my mother was trying to talk to me. But I couldn't understand her, but Christine could understand her very well. My mother was sitting up in bed, smiling and laughing. Christine went back to Pembrokeshire on Monday, and my mother seemed to be getting better. On Tuesday my mother was looking really good. She was moving her arms and walking a little and making better sentences. We didn't stay long because we didn't want to make her tired. On Wednesday she was very tired from the day before, and on Thursday my mother had another stroke, and on Friday morning, 17th of November, at 3:10 in the afternoon, my mother passed away. I was in bits, I couldn't think straight. Christine came back to Coventry to be with me on Thursday the 30th of November to go to my mum's funeral on December the 1st. At the crematorium at 2 minutes past 12, at 2:12 p.m, we stayed a few more days to be with my father and left Coventry on the 4th of December on my mother's birthday. We had to get back to Pembrokeshire because I had to start my new job, working on the taxis, and Christine had to go back to work at her shop in Pembroke called Mystic Heavens. Another diary tidbit, a scribbled diary from 2001. I found an old diary out the other day of 2001. It was full of scribbles of what went on that year, January until June. Still on taxis and doing guitar lessons. Still going to jam sessions and singing every week at the Starboard Hotel in Milford Haven, plus the Normandy Hotel in Tenby on Monday, June the 25th. Started practicing with Trevor Blight, a lead guitarist that lives in Nayland, plus Peter Spoon, bass player, and his son Jez, a keyboard player, and Mal on drums. Thursday, June the 28th, practiced with John George, a lead guitarist from Nayland. July, practiced all of this month and made 4 bands from musicians from Nayland, the Hoochie Coochie Blues Band, and later changed to Mojo Morgan's Hoochie Coochie Blues Band. Chimera, Trevor Light's band, Red Eye Jez's band, and Dig Deep, Adrian's band. The Mojo Roadshow. The first gig we had, we called it the Mojo Roadshow, with 4 bands playing once a month at the Loreni Hotel in Nayland, and started on Sunday, July the 22nd, 2001. We had so many musicians turn up each month. A lot of musicians joined in with the bands. From then on, we packed the place out. My friend John Anderson turned up from the West Midlands. We played together in a band called the Travelling Riverside Blues Band back in the 80s. And played all around the country, supporting lots of big bands, Dr. Feelgood, Tony McPhee's band, the Paul Jones Blues Band, and lots more. When John came down, we played as a duo for one song, John playing the slide guitar and me singing Little Red Rooster. Then joined the Hoochie Coochie Blues Band for the night. Will Smith and Alistair Campbell joined us on stage too. What a great night. The other dates for the Mojo Roadshow at the Loreni was August the 19th, September the 16th, September the 30th and November the 11th. After this, the Hoochie Coochie Band started gigging. We started at Claverston Hall on Saturday, December the 1st for 120 quid. The next gig we did was Saturday, December the 15th at Crosswell Quay for the Bikers for 170 quid. We did the last Mojo Roadshow in Nayland on December the 23rd. I took the Mojo Roadshow to the Queen's Hall in Narberth with the Hoochie Coochie Band and 2 other bands from Pembrokeshire and packed the place out. We had a great write-up in the papers, an awesome night. Mojo Morgan's Hoochie Coochie Blues Band. Mojo Morgan's band started in the year 2001. Until 2015. 14 years of playing the blues, plus a lot of my own songs, that I wrote. We played a lot of pub gigs and many festivals, plus supporting Dr. Feelgood at the Queen's Hall in Narberth, plus 9 Below Zero at the De Valence in Tenby for the Tenby Blues Festival. Another year we mainlined at the De Valence with 2 support bands, the Coalhouse Walker Blues Band, and we used their boogie woogie keyboard player and their harmonica player, which they were outstanding musicians, plus the other support band was Gareth Price's band Hideaway. We played many years for the Jazz and Blues Festival at Fishguard, plus a lot of biker festivals all over Wales, including the Blue Rock Festival 3 times, charity festivals, Haverfordwest Festival and the Castle, Beer Festival in Devon, the Dale Festival, the Big Balloon Festival near Blackwood in the Valleys, another large biker festival at Bilth-Wells. We had a choice there to support Dusty's Rusty Nuts in the airplane hangar or play in the Blues Club on site and much closer to the audience. We opted for the Blues Audience Club, which had an awesome time. All our friends from the Kestrel Biker Club came down and joined us from Pembrokeshire. We had lots of private party gigs and wedding gigs too. In the 14 years of the Hoochie Coochies, I had lots of good musicians to step in at short notice if any of my band members couldn't make it for some reason. The band members in later years are excellent. The 2 main drummers I used were John Beddis from Milford Haven and Terry Jones from Narberth. They could play anything. And the best lead guitarist and slide player is a guy called Vince. I admire him for his awesome playing with feeling and had a great personality. One of the best guitarists in Wales, in my opinion. Now, one of the best bass players I know and a great friend is Phil Corney from Milford Haven. You have a great laugh with Phil. He's so funny about what comes out with him. Just before he met us in 1996, he was touring in Europe with Mick Taylor from the Rolling Stones, and one of their guests on tour was Anna Povich, a great blues guitarist and vocalist. You can find her on the internet on YouTube. Check her out. You will be surprised. Phil's a great guy to know and will fit into any band. If you look on the internet and search for Mojo Morgan's Hoochie Coochie Blues Band, you will find us. We had lots of write-ups in the paper, plus our music is on the internet. Mojo's write-up from the Coventry Telegraph. Mojo's music is coloured by the blues. Being a good bluesman is not about where you happen to have been born. Feeling the blues is about feeling the music, and destitute or not, you either have it or you don't. Coventry has been blessed with some great bluesmen, such as Tim James, Joe Beale, John Warwick, John Anderson, and the great Mojo Morgan. Mojo Morgan was born in Golson Road Hospital in 1952. A young man, his chosen instrument was to be the bass guitar. He put together the popular 80s ska band EMF. The blues gave me a feeling which no other music can, reveals Mojo. When I was a kid, I was listening to Robert Johnson, Bessie Smith, Muddy Waters, and all of the 60s blues band from the UK, such as Alexis Corner, John Mayall, and the Electric Blues that came out at that time. As I grew, so did my love of music. EMF supported the likes of the Specials, Bad Manners, The Beat, and the Body Snatchers. I put together the Coventry ska band EMF, said Mojo. We played all over the country. We just had a great time, but after 2.5 years, I had an itchy feel to get back to my blues roots. And I formed a band with John Anderson called the Travelling Riverside Blues Band, and my bass playing took on a different meaning when playing with such great musicians as John. The Travelling Riverside Blues Band was formed in 1980 by Mojo and blues guitarist extraordinaire John Anderson. They played their blues heavy and built up a huge reputation on the circuit. We played all the universities around Britain, supporting Paul Jones Blues Band, Dr. Feelgood, Tony McPhee's band, Chicken Shack, and many more, said Mojo. I also played in a drunken rock and roll band called Sammy's Earthquake and the Volcanoes with Roddy Byers from the Specials, and a good time was had by all. In 1996, Mojo had moved to Pembrokeshire and formed the Hoochie Coochie Band 4 years later. From then on, Mojo took his love for blues music to another level. I said in my introduction that you don't have to have been born in southern USA to play great blues. Band members have come and gone, and today's lineup looks like this: Mojo Morgan vocals, Fingers guitar slide and vocals, Don Elias on bass, Dr. Groove drums and vocals. The band now boasts a more rocky blues sound and makes sure that every one of the audience goes home happy in the knowledge the band gave 100%. Their set lists include not just blues standards but many self-penned compositions, more evidence that this is a band who like to push things a little further than they have to. The Hoochie Coochie Blues Band is all about having fun with the music and the audience, says Mojo, whilst raising money for good causes, just like any true band should be. Ask Mojo if he ever came back to his native Coventry. I would love to come back and visit old mates, said Roddy Byers, because we go way back, before the specials were born. I do get a lot of friends. I still come down to Pembrokeshire for holidays, like John Anderson and Jim Allen, the sax player from EMF. I do keep in touch on the net with a lot of people. So what does the blues mean to Mojo? Blues music has been a passion in my life since I can't remember when, so I believe it had always been there. I always found joy in singing. It gave me an inner peace and takes me to another place, hard to compare with any other feeling. And there you go. Another slice, another chapter in the life of Mr. Tony Morgan. So here's to the next one.
That's good.
All right.
Click it on